Well, good morning, friends. Here we are. It is 6:05 a.m., a bit later than usual due to some unforeseen circumstances, as in I had to make pancakes this morning for a very hungry little man who is now happily watching some cartoons. Um, so any copyright claims here are going to come in on any sounds from a Netflix show. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. In any case, we're all set up and I'm good to go. 6:06 a.m. For those of you dropping by, my name is Toby and I am 40 years old. I am trying to be as fit and healthy as I can because I want to live an adventurous, active, and self sufficient life, not only now, but hopefully well into my 90s. Apparently, I might live to be 100. Sorry about that. What does that mean? Well, that means that I focus on how much I sleep and how well I sleep, what I eat, my nutrition, but also on strength training, conditioning training, and mobility. So here we are. And this morning I'm going to do mobility again because I'm going to go out for a run afterwards and I'm going to go past the gym to do my one pull up, two push ups for 12 minutes straight. So, no point in overtaxing my body this morning. In any case, that's where we stand today. This is all about how I feel, it's not about how I look. And I think that's important to note because there's a lot of content out there that talks to you about how you need to look and also is very visual and graphic. But, I think if you start to move more and have an active life, overall you'll start to look different. But more importantly, you'll actually feel great. You'll feel strong, powerful, energized, fit for life, basically. And that's the feeling that I'm after and probably experience most days of the week. So, that being said, I always do like to note that, we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. Um, and that's why we're going to get started. And we're just going to start with some basic mobility this morning. Nothing special. And if the attention span on the cartoon lasts, we might get to do some core work as well. By the way, for me, it's quite a different experience having some background noise versus the ultimate quiet that usually reigns in this house between 5 and 7. But hey, here we are. I think it's great that we had a chance to make some pancakes together this morning. Breathing, just focusing on breathing in, inhaling, and expanding the stomach cavity, pushing the diaphragm down. Oh, by the way, so I taught my YouTube punk, good morning, howdy. It's good to see you this morning. I'm wondering, is it past midnight in Texas? I appreciate you dropping by at this odd hour in the day. I was just going to say, I taught my first, oh boy, here we go. I taught my first kettlebell class yesterday, and that was interesting because it went super well. In fact, it went so well that everyone asked me to come back next week, which I thought was a huge kind compliment. Um, and some of them even noted that they enjoyed the technical explanations of the kettlebell, and I can't really ignore that any longer. So I'm just going to have to go check out what he's saying and doing. Ja, we gaan niet terug. Papa is bezig met deze. Ja. Papa. Ja. See, a whole different workout dynamic this morning. What can I say? Because of that. But that's all right. Everything's okay. Upstairs, you're having heavy thoughts. I am, David, having a good start of my day because I got to make pancakes with my son, who's up this morning. We were at the W, so here we are, W, and hitchhike our way to more mobility. David, thank you for dropping by. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. As I was just saying, like, I gave my first kettlebell class yesterday in person, and it was just such fun to do. I was a bit nervous ahead of it, like, it's a gym that I attend regularly, so if I screw up there, that's also, it's going to be a bit embarrassing to go back maybe, but in the end, we're 8 people in the class. Everyone enjoyed the technical explanations, the workout, and I was a bit worried that they wouldn't be able to they wouldn't think that it was really a workout. This was one of my bigger concerns, but turns out that they worked out just fine. Which again also was a good indication for me in terms of the kind of stress and strain you can put on a group when you're also trying to get to know them. So anyway, that might become a regular thing. It was fun. The gym owner thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. And I think for a gym that doesn't have a real kettlebell course, kettlebells might be a fun addition to the overall offering. Also because they have so much versatility there. So anyway, that was my Saturday, and now it's Sunday. It's time for a nice chill run in the forest after this, and then on to the gym for a session of pull-ups and push-ups, which I think is also a nice variation to the week. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. Let me just check the messages you've left. YMCA, you watch any sports? Resistance sounds like the YMCA. Any sports? Yeah, it's a kiddie cartoon called The Octonauts about a bunch of animals who live in an underwater boat and travel around solving problems. It's kind of like the A-Team for kids, but then with animals. I guess that's one way to put it. So yeah. Do I watch any sports? I enjoy watching judo when the championships are on. Usually the recaps, and tennis. If any sports at all that we watch, those would be the ones. And of course, being Dutch, there's always the slight hope that we'll relive 2010 and get to the finals of a Euro or World Cup. But those are the only kinds of football matches I watch. Beyond that, I actually hardly watch TV or sports or anything outside of the obvious cartoons that you can hear. And that's just got everything to do with the fact that I work out, I work on my videos, I do some creative writing, family time. There are just so many hours in a day. And I think between a morning workout and work or family time, or just time with the family, things that need to get done around the house on Saturday and Sunday, this is about. As good as it can get. So yeah, that's what my Sunday is going to be like, or start like. Slightly different start than I envisioned, but still, everything's working out fine. What about you? What are you up to this Sunday? Or going to be up to this Sunday? Why don't you let me know in the comments? I, for one, would love to hear from you. And by the way, yesterday was a good day for the stream because we had like 1,000 views, and I don't know it was because you, YouTube Punk, and David, you were so active on the chat. But in any case, thanks for being so interested in helping me out and driving the conversation. It was a fun conversation. And we're going to do a cat and cow next. And then we're going to go into downward dog. Ja, ventje, papa is hier beneden. I think once in a while he just wants to check in to make sure he's not alone. Ja, vriend. So, remember, we're on to downward facing dog. I'll be right back, just muting the microphone here. Well, I guess if this is one stream a year where this happens, that's completely fine. Any book recommendations? Yeah, I also love it when a plan comes together. Any book recommendations? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Um, Depends what kind of books you're into reading, right? So, are you looking for like something like pop culture, self-helpish, or are you looking for something entertaining and fun? I predominantly read science fiction and fantasy, as that's the genre that I enjoy the most. And I've actually found that around 40, a lot of the pop psychology that I found super interesting has become less and less appealing. Maybe because over the years you find out they're all saying the same thing. This could be. Maybe it's because I grew through the phase where I was trying to lay that foundation of understanding, and I've moved on somewhat. But in either genre, right now I'm reading The Hand of the Emperor series, which is a fantasy series, which is pretty good. Like, it's a good read. I think the first book is the strongest in the series by far. Then there is always Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I think is just a phenomenal book, worth reading. And Peak by Anders K. Erickson, which talks about deliberate practice and how that can help you master things in life. So, if any books, I would always recommend, like in terms of self-development, I think those are pretty good. In terms of enjoyable reading, I mean, there's just so much out there to explore and read, but I hope that there's something there for you. Anything? All right, well then, I think I answered your question with those. What about you? Maybe there are some books that you've read that you might think are worth reviewing or reading. Right now I'm listening to Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari, because it sounded like an interesting premise to learn about information networks in society and the world. And it's proving to be true. It's a nice read on the commute to work or listen to work. But I'm not sure I would recommend it yet, because I haven't finished it. I am going to have to turn on a different cartoon soon, because he is at the end of this one. All right, we're going to start wrapping up here. I'm going to work on the core right now. Well, that sounds like an interesting read, YouTube Punk. And Ryan, I'm 40 years old. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. And I hope you're doing well where you're at in the world. So we're going to finish up with the Cossack squats, 3 on each side usually. Whoa. Nice. All right, we're going to move on to some light core to start off with the side planks, 40 seconds left, 40 seconds right, and then to do some suitcase deadlifts after the bird dog. The reason I'm wrapping up is because 30 minutes of cartoons is more than enough in the morning. That's actually a bit too much, but I think one morning a week, it'll make him happy for the rest of the day. And the other side. In any case, it is nice to notice autumn has really started. Oh, there's a nice chill, crisp chill to the air. Temperatures are coming down. It's fresh. It feels nice to be outside. I, for one, am actually, therefore, also very much looking forward to my run in the forest this morning. Suitcase deadlifts left and right. With a 20 kilo, by the way. going to get on all fours, and we're going to lift one of the bases of support up. Oh. All right. Overhead, and remove the base of support on that side for 30 seconds. Yeah, that was long enough. We've got one more exercise after this. All right. The final one. And we're going to call it a day. There we go. 27 minutes this morning. YouTube punk. Those are some very good reading recommendations. Thanks for that. I actually really appreciate that. Let me screenshot that. Hours are one view. Yeah. It's 20 kilos. So, friends, that's it for this morning for now. We started at 6:06. It's about 6:40 right now. Time for a cup of coffee. I am going to go out for a run in a couple of minutes. And then on to some pull-ups and push-ups. For you, thank you for dropping by. For those of you who just dropped by this Sunday morning, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old. I train for living an active, self-sufficient, adventurous life. And if I understand the statistics correct, I need to mind my health because I might live to be 90 years old or 100. And I'd like to be active and self-sufficient at that age as well. This is all about the way I feel. It's not about the way I look. And I always try to remind myself that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. I train strength, conditioning, mobility. I mind my nutrition, and I mind my sleep to make sure that I am as healthy as I possibly could be. And the only way to get anything done, friends, is by showing up and doing the work every day. Here on stream, if you're interested, go ahead, subscribe, and then you'll get a notification when I live again tomorrow or for one of my shorts or other videos. Until next time, friends, take care. David, YouTube Punk, Ryan, thanks for dropping by. And Nivalis, if you catch this, thanks for the comment under my short. I appreciate that. You all take care and have a good day. Thanks for the congratulations, and may the force be with you. We all know what that is.